All right, so yeah, so we yesterday kind of sucked. Um, it was one of the worst streams I've ever put out ever, and it was bothering me. Like it was really bothering me about how much of a time I was having. Because the funny thing, the funny thing is that obviously I've always had an issue with Mario 3 to some extent or another because it is a frustrating game to play because it lacks mid-mission checkpoints. However, I was just dying all over the place. And that just exacerbates the whole situation, right? Like I was just dying and dying and dying. And I know what you could say, oh Lord, you just suck at games. But no, I don't. And I was trying to figure out exactly what the hell was going on. So after I finished, with dinner and with hanging out with the kiddo and all that, I sat down. I'm like, all right. And I pulled up Super Mario Bros. 3 on the SNES specifically. And I zipped over to World 4. Big World, and I was like, all right, let's do this. Started playing and crushed the entire world in like 5.5 minutes. Just absolutely bodied everything. And I'm like, okay, that's confusing. What I did then immediately afterwards is I pulled up the GBA version, went to World 4, and promptly game overed on stage 3. Now that's not definitive. Like that's not the kind of thing that's, aha, something's wrong with the version. But that was a very, very strange experience to go from immediately just having no issues whatsoever, and then, going back through and having and just barely being able to complete even the first couple of stages. And I'm just like, so the first obvious theory is like, well, maybe the game's different, sure. But I couldn't find any actual evidence of the game being different. I mean, obviously the screen is smaller. Um, Maybe I'm having just a little bit of an issue with that shrunk screen because, when I play WoW or FF14 or Guild Wars 2, for example, I like the screen to be as far out as possible. Yes, Nemesis. And so, maybe I just am uncomfortable with the increased size, even though the levels aren't really any different, even though the physics aren't really different. Maybe that's what it is. Uh, I don't actually know, and that's the real problem here. Is as of this moment in time, despite all the work I put into last night and this morning, um, we couldn't really figure out like, and I was asking other people too, and I actually was streaming it to a couple of friends of mine just to get their opinion. We couldn't really figure out the difference, although several of my friends pointed out as they were watching me that I kept getting hit by things I shouldn't be. Like there were plenty of times where, and to quote, I was nailing it, right? Like I was just managing frame perfect tricks and doing stuff that is above a normal player's skill level because I am a good player, especially at a platformer. And then I would just die to nonsense for no good reason. And that was only happening in the GBA version. And at this point, I legitimately don't know why. I have absolutely no idea why this is happening. It could be hitbox detection. It could be just luck. It could literally just be straight up luck. That's why I did the entire world when I was going through on the SNES version, just to try and uh, do that. So if you'll indulge me for a moment, I'm going to pull this up, and I believe we have a save state here. Yep, okay. So literally, just because this is Mario 3 and it's a short game, and because it's Mario 3, I kind of want to see, it's the same controller even, like it's the exact same controller, so that's not a potential issue. 0% chance, Pika. Yeah, no, we're gonna just do a little bit of lives. If this is World 4's, whatcha-fig thing that I can't think of the name of, airship. It's also possible I just suck, or I was having a bad day, or maybe I'm psyching myself out, or maybe the executive was taken up by one starship, which is stupid and bad storytelling and won't happen in our wars. I don't know. I know there's all kinds of things that could be happening to this, and that's the problem. There's so many factors here. I would have liked it if I could have actually gone and said, aha, the engine is different, right? Because that would have just been, all right, there's our explanation. We could just move on. But quite a few people have gone through it and people far more dedicated than I am to this kind of a thing. And near as everybody can tell, there's no real engine variances. There are individual level variances, but none of that should really be accommodating something like this. Could also be a bit of a snowball problem. Like, if I'm just crushing it, maybe I just keep crushing it. And maybe if I start dying, maybe I just keep dying, you know? Like, maybe that's something that happens. I don't know. Anyways, that's World 4. Speed this up a little bit. So here's 5. Didn't have any issues with this last time, so I'm not anticipating much, but if I fall over dead, you can make fun of me. Officially, I give you the formal, legal right to make fun of me. Iggy. Iggy was the boss of 4. The brainy one, as he is usually referred to. One other theory that's been tossed around is that it's the emulator. That specifically there's something with the emulator we're using for the GBA. And if that's true, that might actually explain some of the issues we've been having with everything. Because you remember, we had issues with Mario Brothers 2 on the Advance as well. And frankly, we also had issues with Final Fantasy VI on the Advance when we streamed that several years ago. So, maybe? Could be a 3DS situation where we just don't have good GBA emulation. The problem is, I don't really have something really codified to test that, right? Yes, it does. In fact, actually, I believe I still have this image local. Hang on just a second. So I could show you physically what it looks like. Give me just one moment. Give me a second. Yeah, no, like, it could just be a perception thing. Again, zooming out, zooming in, I suppose I would say, the camera on an MMO. Right? Like, I cannot be the only person who likes to have the camera as zoomed out as possible. There we go. That's a bit big. Hang on. So this is... I actually put them side by side, just like this. So you can really understand. That's... I actually got to the exact same stage at roughly the same time, in order to try and showcase the difference between the two. The left is obviously the SNES version, and the right is the GBA version. And as you can see, the stage is pretty much functionally identical. The only real difference is you don't see the clouds, and you don't see a little bit of extra space down below. But that's the tangible difference between the two versions, and the difference in the screen size. By the way, for those of you who have been wondering this whole time, like we talked about this in Mega Man Zero, and we talked about this during Super Mario Bros. 2 as well. If you're wondering... You know, what do we mean when we say that the screen is too far zoomed in? This is it. And yeah, oh yeah, I should click that. Thank you. If, as Noke says, if it is an emulator issue, yeah, there's no real fixing that. That's just what it is, right? Anyways, we're still crushing World 5 so far, but we're not actually at the bad stuff yet, so it's just kind of... Failed to go up a pipe several times while I'm trying to move my mouse. There we go. It's a really good idea, Tully, is that. I think I will do that. Because at this point... Yes, I did. Let me circle back to that later, because I haven't looked into the feasibility of emulating that game yet. Because that's what that would boil down to. Ah! Whereas now I'm just, like, trying to get back to where I was. I knew that was going to happen the second I did it, too. I don't know, maybe I just suck. Maybe that really is the answer to all these problems. Maybe I just lose focus for a millisecond and die. I should probably move the game closer to chat so my eyes have to travel less distance, too. That might help. I mean, admittedly, today's a really awful day. Like, I woke up very late, sore. I currently have a headache. I didn't actually have time to eat breakfast, so I just kind of chugged a protein shake. Because that's all I had time for. So, shrug. That's the best thing, too. I'm like, alright, tomorrow I'm going to start fresh. You know, fresh mind, fresh body. And I'll give a fresh shot at it, and I wake up and I feel worse than when I went down. Although I suppose that's, normal. You know the real reason I want the Intertron to exist in real life? Well, obviously getting enough rest and reclaiming time would be awesome. The really, really nice thing about it would be being able to get a good night's sleep. I've actually argued before, but even if the Intertron took 8 hours instead of 5 seconds... I'd still probably use the damn thing, because the whole point is that you get a good night's sleep. You know, you wake up refreshed and rejuvenated. And I don't even know what that feels like, to be completely blunt with you. Yeah, I was going to say, I've actually had insomnia since I was a child. I have had difficulty waking up, or excuse me, difficulty going to sleep, and difficulty staying asleep since I was a kid. So that's just, you know, something I've learned to live with, right? Some of you probably know that for a very long time there, I just took a NyQuil every night, and then I switched over to ZQuil to try and reduce the amount of, you know, nightmare death I was doing to my liver. Okay, Ryman. Sure, you just asked me... that almost worked out, right? You just asked me, Dear Lore, in your opinion, what has World War I done for the world as a whole? That's kind of a big question, Ryman. Okay, so let's see. It launched video gaming as we know it today. In every way, which also had a fundamental impact on movie making, show making, voice acting, and just animation in general. Without Mario, we would have gotten something else, because even if World War I didn't happen, there would have been another World War I. So something else would have been the impact site. How much of Mario and Nintendo Success have influenced other companies of the world? Yes. Yes, this is... Super Mario Bros. 1 is, in my opinion, without question or hesitation, the single most important game in gaming history. There are certainly a lot of important games in gaming history. I don't want to sound like there aren't. What? Oh, I see what happened. But I would, without hesitation, put Mario Bros. 1 at the very top of that list. Exactly, Kira White Noise. The World War I we got... I mean, it sucked. But it was always going to suck, and it was always going to happen. I wonder. enough time there. I'm still crushing it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm making mistakes, but I'm correcting them almost immediately. Are you noticing this? Like, I'm not bragging. I want to be very clear about this. This is not bragging. I am analyzing. I'm trying to understand what the hell is the difference between these freaking versions. It is also within the realm of possibility that there is just a few relatively small variances in what's in the engine or in the physics or in the collision or something, somewhere along the line, which might be causing these issues. Because, as has been pointed out before, I'm very, very accustomed to this game. And that's actually a detriment in some ways, because of the fact that it means I expect it to play in a certain way. Like, if I sat down right now and played Mega Man 2, but every single shot was 2 frames off of itself, there's a pretty good chance I would not play that particularly well, because I'd be trying to accommodate for something that wasn't happening, you know? And obviously tilting is a thing, but if the thing is, these are not mutually exclusive problems, right? If there's a slight variance in what's going on in the game, and that causes me to die, and then I start to tilt, and then I start to play worse. Oh god, Talia. But yeah, the game is just, it plays so much more smoothly, and I don't know why, because functionally, it should be the same game. Like, the GBA version is a barely different port of the SNES version. They both play at 60 FPS, although you can see that now. Oh, speaking of which, hey Yura, does this look like it's at 60 FPS? Better. But if it doesn't, you know, tell me. Whoop. That's my fault. That is a good point, though, Mr. Red. Like, obviously, it's another one of those World War I things. I hate to keep using World War I as an example, but there probably would have always been a Lord of the Rings, culturally. But what it would have been and when it would have been, who knows, right? Thought I could make that. I do still think the lack of checkpoints is not good, to be very, very honest. I think it actually detracts from the game as a whole. I think, as weird as it's going to sound, I think it's a relief. I feel like it's a relief to finally put a specific finger on what my issue is with Mario 3 and why I tend to value World and other games better than it. Yeah, it's really funny. So I was doing some small tests on the side while I was a part of all this to try and figure out all the differences between the GBA version and the SNES version. There actually are a couple. I'm not sure they really warrant a re-review, because they're mostly, like, relatively little stuff. But, for example, if you save the game in the GBA version, you save the exact stage you're on, right? So, you, if I am at 1-3, and I save the game, and I reload the game, I am at 1-3. That's great. That's exactly what a save should be. If I save the game in the SNES version, and I'm at 1-3, then when I reload, I am at 1-1. It only saves the world I'm on, right? Another thing is the GBA version comes with the concept of a completed tag. Once you complete the game, you can go back and replay any stage in any order for any purpose that you want to. Jesus, that arc. That was just, he wanted that. Oh my god, okay. Yeah. Sure thing, Lakitu. I'm just gonna accept that death because holy crap. And yeah, they have this whole world map thing where you can actually see all the worlds in relation to each other. It's really cool, actually. And you can just jump around on the stage select and just play whatever level you want to in whatever order. I should know because as part of all my tests, one of the things I did last night was I actually dug out my DS and my actual cartridge of GBA of Mario Advance 4 and fired it up and was playing around with it. And yeah, no, I actually have a completed save there. Of course I do, with 900 something lives. I kind of forgot that was even a thing in the GBA version. And yeah, it has different tags, and the worlds look different. There's a bunch of little cosmetic differences to kind of indicate stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. Almost had that. Yeah, it's just free play, exactly. God, he is just machine gunning those, isn't he? God, Lakitu in this version needs to stop doing the crack. Okay, okay. I will go ahead and burn a power-up. Trying to do it without. I get hit immediately, lose the power-up, and die. There. Seriously, though, this stage is funny, because it's just... this stage is just Lakitu. That's it. That's the whole stage. It's just Lakitu machine gunning spinies at you the entire stage. Good morning, Walker. And good morning, Fringe Philosopher. So, hardest stage in the game. That's not true. Second hardest stage in the game. We died on this a lot last time. And we're probably going to die here. Because I suck at everything. Especially life. It really is bonkers to think that they had to invent an entirely new chip just to make this one stage happen. Like, something about that just amuses me tremendously. I don't know what else to add to that. Well, whatever. Let's go back to the GBA version. I don't actually know what the difference is. I may never know what the difference is. Should be this one. Yep, there we go. I mean, yeah, it's entirely possible there's an issue, like a really, really minor issue somewhere, which is just causing problems. Who knows? As I was talking about earlier, for a game this precise, frames would matter, right? Whoops, wrong one. Hang on. We should be here. There we go. There we go. That's true. Play Trival. That's true. I could figure out what actually killed me. So anyways, World 8. tanks. Again, keeping the whole thematic thing going. You know, we had the grass world, the desert world, the water world, the big world, the sky world, the ice world, and the pipe world. Now we have the gauntlet. I've always loved this idea. The idea that there's just this giant, massive army here. Because this makes sense, right? Thank you, Act. And as a reminder, I am updating that list. Despite what you say. But I like this idea because, remember, most of Bowser's forces aren't actually in the other worlds. So, there's a logic to the idea that most of his forces would be concentrated here. Like, this is his core military, the home army, as it's usually called. No, yeah, Pipe World's amazing. Even when I was playing in the GBA last night, Pipe World was, like, it was just a weird breath of fresh air to play through that. World 6 was really getting to me. Ice World. Oh, okay. So, sorry, this is actually a good time to point out, I do know one thing objectively that's different about this version. That shouldn't really be affecting me that much, but it might be one of the contributing factors to why I keep screwing up. Your that was a gotcha. Your iframes are less. What I mean by that is so iframes refers to invincibility frames. It's usually a recovery period. After you've gotten hit, you have a moment when you are invincible before you can take damage again. I don't know what the exact variance is, but I guarantee you that you have less iframes in the GBA version than in the SNES version. And the NES version, for that matter. So go to the blocks. In fact, just type !blocks right now, French philosopher. That's all. That's going to be my answer to you. Go to the website.
Oh, mamma mia!
So Fife asked, what version of the game did I play for the last review? The NES. We actually played the original NES version. Which I was actually looking at recently. The graphics are certainly what I would call worse, but mostly on the technical side of things. Like, I'm trying to think how to explain that. Let me put it to you this way. I much prefer the new visuals, the backgrounds, the brickwork of the new version. Of the SNES version, the GBA version, it's identical. And the GBA version, of course, has the additional cutscenes, the background stuff. That's cool. Everything's cool. But the NES version looks crisper, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, I actually rather enjoy the way that there's a sharpness to it, right? Yeah, very clean. That's a good word for it. It's very clean, which I appreciate, especially being a pixelated person like me. Now, if it was on the CRT, that would be worse and terrible in every way, of course, as we all know. Having said that, though, there is one version, and I was actually playing the NES version to do some tests as part of all this as well, because of course I was. And there's one thing I forgot that I really dislike, or I didn't forget, excuse me, I'm saying that wrong. There's one other reason why I really dislike the NES version, and it's the clipping. Because of how much Super Mario Bros. 3 was absolutely just pushing the limits of what the the NES could do, that if it's rendering in the stages on the left and the right visibly as you're perusing through the stage, right? So you can see the scan lines, and you can see the load lines, you can see all that fun stuff as you're going. Oh yeah, by the way, do you know that thing that just happened? Not the part of me getting hit twice in a row because of lack of iframes. No, I mean the fact that I went from small to big. That's actually not in the original. If you pick up a Fire Flower as Small Mario in the original, you go up to being Big Mario. That kind of confused me, actually. I didn't remember that was a thing. Yeah, no, exactly, Melkor Blade. Several NES games had that kind of edge clipping problem. Listen, checkpointing is the devil, apparently. See, Yura has more love in their heart than I do. I look at a glitch and all I see is a glitch. I spit upon its frame. Evil laughter. Orb. Yes, Zactaft. She is just dysfunctional enough to fit in there. Yes, I would. Sorry, Savicom. I guess I should be reviewing this game at the same time here. I admittedly have switched a lot of my focus over to just beating the game at this point. I try not to suck at it. So, I'm going to put the controller down for just a second. For those of you who don't know, there are 3 stages in front of me on the Bridge of Doom. Every one of those, you have a 1 in 3 chance to to gain a stage. Obviously, that sucks. I have seen speedrunners who have lost runs on this game because they have gotten bad luck here. How many do you think we're gonna get? How many of the 3 things do you think is gonna happen? Which one? Which ones? It can be 1, 2, or 3. One. It is 1. That is really low, honestly. Obviously, ideal is 0. But still, just getting 1, that's good luck for me. Shouldn't have gone for it. So now, 1, 2, or 3. So that's at least 1. So it could be 1 or 2. Assuming I don't die again. What's funny is if you're playing casually, I hate that word, don't use that word, Laura. If you're playing normally, you actually won all 3 because all 3 of these give you a leaf. It was 2. Yeah, I noticed the choppiness myself, so I don't know what else to do about this, though, as weird as that sounds. I don't have a lot of video options for this emulator. In fact, I have none. Really. I can add motion blur. I'm running at 60 FPS. I can see it right there. It occasionally dips to 59, but it's there. That's interesting.
Oh, Mamma Mia!
It does feel smoother. That's interesting. So, one of the suggestions that I saw on a random Reddit thread for reducing input lag was to switch the video lag option to what I was just doing. But as you can see, that was a lot less smooth. When we switch it back, it's way smoother. So clearly what we need is motion blur. Let's turn on motion blur mode. Let's do it. Let's see it. Let's see it. I want to see motion blur. Oh, yeah. Feel the blur. Oh, God. That is so headache-inducing. I love it. Yes. Behold its intimidable glory. Oh, God. Turn that frickin' off. Jesus, that's disorienting. Why is... Like, I'm all in favor of options, but why would you want that? Okay. You know what? That's possible here. That's... Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's... So this is another form of visual effect. It's, people like motion blur? Really? Oh, man. You know, the masochistic crowd should be catered to. They should be catered to so that they could be over there in their corner, not infecting the rest of society. Okay, that should not hurt me. That should not have hit me. Okay, so I don't like that option. Let's get rid of that, too. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. Oh, yeah, I should probably mention, this is what the GBA actually looks like. This is what the GBA actually looks like. For those of you who've been wondering this whole time. I myself actually forgot about this until I pulled up my physical hardware on my frickin' DS. And was like, oh, yeah. Right. I hate Cheep Cheeps so much. I've hated them in Mario 1. I hate them in Mario 3. They suck. So we're going to turn that off immediately because screw that noise. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Yep, I recommend immediate termination of Yura. Post-haste. I would say Super Mario World is reasonably challenging in several respects. I do not think Mario World is too easy. It is, however, probably one of the easiest of the 2D Marios. Make of that what you will. I mean, when you compare World to 1, 2, and 3, it's a world of difference. So, I'm going to indulge in a save state because I want to try out something. This is for me and for no other reason. I'm going to go and give myself a health up if I have one. There we go. We'll do this. I'm going to try to do this without the P-Wing, without the leaf. This, by the way, is the hardest level in the game. My friends used to hand the game to me on this stage to do it for them, because none of my friends back in the day could do this stage.
Mamma mia!
So, that shouldn't have happened. So that's pretty much a demonstrable that shouldn't have happened kind of a thing. What happened there was I hit the jump button and I did not jump. Now that could be all kinds of problems. But yeah, my input just didn't happen. I landed on the flame geyser, whatever those are actually called, and just died because I rolled right off. That's my fault. I didn't think I'd... Yeah. I have no idea, Pika. Google it. This is one of the only worlds in the game that I'm actually kind of okay with there no being mid-mission checkpoints. However, having said that, there is a demonstrable mid-mission checkpoint spot. In fact, we've already passed it twice. It's this one right here. This is pretty much right in the middle. It's actually not a long stage at all. Not just because of the speed, either. My most common deaths on this kind of a stage is actually to things like bouncing on someone's head, and as a result, it screwing up my jump angle. So you notice I'm playing it very, very risky. See, that shouldn't have happened! That's the end. I made it to the end, and then it was like, no, you don't get to jump. This is really frustrating because I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm still dying. And that is a very uniquely frustrating thing in a video game, which I'm sure you understand. Pretty much everybody understands the idea of, you made no mistakes, but screw you. I know that's kind of life in real life, but this isn't real life. This is a freaking video game whose entire purpose is to be entertainment. I should, if I do something right, succeed at it. There. Well, small, by the way. So that took me 2 tries, because I did screw up once. If you're paying attention, I did make 1 mistake on that. But those other 2 were just it eating my inputs. And I don't know if the original would have done that or not. But this version absolutely did. I'm glad Savicom's here, because I can find out if I can do 8-2, which is not this stage, without a P-Wing. This is a great stage to use a P-Wing on. No joke. This stage is,
Mamma mia!
mean. This is a traditional Mario stage, but it is mean. In fact, I'll never forget, in the actual strategy guide, it says, you might think that this might be a breather level, and you would be wrong. Correct, no voice acting in the SNES version. So the voice acting...
Mamma mia!
That's my fault. The voice acting and the, a lot of little details that are all mostly cosmetical are version specific. Do I have anything? I guess I have some of these.
Let's go!
I did grab all 3 earlier. I like the implication that even in, like, a non-military stage, Bowser's, the Dark World, which is where we are right now, is just filled with, cannons and enemies and stuff. Like, this is just a Tuesday for these people. So here's the hard jump, which we're gonna... That's my fault. Right at the end, too. Right at the end. Madam Web is someone from Spider-Man. Oh, sorry, there's apparently she's going to be in the new Spider-Man thing. Sure, whatever. I mean, I kind of like the idea that it's both. It's just amusing to me. It sounds very Bowser. He's like, yeah, these cannons are cool. We should have more cannons. Yeah. Should we put, like, bullet bills in them, sir? Only a few of them.
Mamma mia! Let's go!
No and yes, respectively, act. Whoa! What?
Mamma mia! Let's go!
What other Nintendo worlds would be retconned into the Marioverse? Well, so the ones we know about are Pikmin, Donkey Kong, and Metroid. But, like, you're asking me what I would do. I mean, obviously all of them. Just the whole shebang.
Here I go! Mamma mia!
Getting greedy. I was trying to find a power-up. There's not very many power-ups here.
Let's go!
This is my life now, dying on 8-1 over and over. Because I refuse to use a P-Wing on it. I mean, I did do the hardest stage in the game small, so naturally, the stage that's not actually nearly as hard is the one I would be failing at over and over and over. That is extremely on brand for me.
Oh, mamma mia!
That's bullcrap.
Let's go! Here I go!
I mean, it probably wouldn't surprise you to know that this particular stage was actually built with those kind of aesthetics in mind. Aesthetics? Thematics. There we go. That's what I was going for. I know. The NES version, most of the Dark World stages just have a literal black screen, and that's it, as like, the backdrop. So, none of that grass back there, none of the lighting. It's just empty abyss, just like my soul. But for real, it looks really boring. So, 8-2, let's do this while small. Now, normally I'd go through the shortcut, but I have been challenged to go through the rest of it while small. So, this... I might be here in a minute. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, mamma mia! Let's go!
What that does. Oh. Sure, this looks very safe. Oh, God!
Oh, mamma mia!
I think you are correct, Melkerblade.
Let's
Doing that kind of animated background while they're already rendering the screen twice was probably completely out of the NES's capabilities.
Oh, mamma mia!
I don't understand why that happened.
Let's
Actually, hang on. Maybe I understand why. Let's test something. Yep, okay, that's what happened.
Oh, mamma mia!
And we're tilted. I made it to the hard jumps, Savicom, and then I'm still not actually 100% sure what went wrong with the first jump. I just missed completely. And now I can't get back to it, Savicom. It's over. It's done. It's time to Dark Souls this and just throw wave after wave of my own bodies at the problem.
Oh, mamma mia!
That is bullcrap.
Let's go!
That's actual bullcrap. I have nothing to add to that.
Oh,
Yep, no, I know that was death.
mia! Let's go!
So if you don't make that initial jump with the vector that I'm doing it, then it's just instant death. Oh my god, seriously, Act?
Let's go!
I mean, have you seen Morbius? Trick question, nobody actually saw Morbius. I have seen enough of Morbius to never see Morbius. It's really important to note this, because I happen to have a fondness for so bad it's good movies, especially superhero films. That's not Morbius, to be very clear. Why did that happen?
Let's go!
I'm so sorry, Pillars of Snow. Pillars of Snow was never the same. Oh yeah, my favorite part of the movie is when he said it's Morbin time. Best part of the film. Okay, so I don't understand what's going on. I legitimately don't understand what I'm failing at here. And that's always frustrating.
Let's go.
Like, when I failed earlier, it's like, yeah, I was too slow. Sure, understand. Now I'm just failing at jumping on blocks, and I don't actually know why. Like that. How did I miss that? I actually don't know how I missed that.
Let's go.
Oh, God. The recent Power Rangers movie was so bad. And not in a good way. Again, like, I've said it before, there's so bad it's good. And then there's that nonsense right there. Alright, so I'm going to take out my headphones.
Let's go.
Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts ad. That Power Rangers movie.
Oh.
Okay.
Mamma mia. Let's go.
Oh, it's so bad, Yura. It's so bad. The woman who is playing Rita Repulsa was doing her damnedest to try and act in the film. And so she's just hamming it up in every scene. She's the only good thing about the whole film, in my opinion. I want your gold. But no, don't watch that film. It's terrible. Nope.
Oh.
I don't actually know what's happening here.
Let's go.
Oh God, don't watch Catwoman. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen. You have a finite amount of time in your life.
Oh. Mamma mia.
I
Let's
don't know why I'm missing these jobs. I have no input on why this is failing, so I'm just... That was my mistake. I was just too slow there. But, like, when I get to the blocks, they're just... They do not work right. I mean, usually I use the shortcut, but the shortcut puts you out right here, so you still have to do these jumps. Like that. That's pretty much exactly what should have happened last time. And the other 15 times. How many deaths have we had on this stage? Looks like about 30. Nah, that's probably not true.
Oh. Mamma mia.
Sure.
Let's
That was my fault. That was my fault. I thought I was at the end. I forgot there was one more jump at the end. So I was just jumping as if that was the end, and not as if that was the jump. That's my fault.
Oh. Mamma mia.
That's bullcrap. I had that. I landed on the block. I was already on the jump up. And that's the last jump of the entire level. I was 2 seconds away from finishing the level.
mia! Mexico!
Yeah, you saw that hit me, right? Like, you saw that I was in the outer corona by 1 pixel, or whatever.
Oh, mamma
That was an
mia!
eaten input?
Mexico!
I have no idea, act. I mean, in fairness, I could have beaten this level, like, 5 minutes ago if I really wanted to. All I have to do is not walk into it while small. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, that's cool.
Mexico!
So here's what I'm thinking. The advanced version, which we could go ahead and have, like,
Oh, mamma mia!
be its own version.
Mexico!
If we were to do that, which we also don't have to do. The variances would be, it gets a plus for the save system for actually having a good save system, and it gets a plus over the original for having actual brickwork, whereas the original kind of didn't.
Mexico!
So that's the benefits of the advanced version, is the increased story access and the better save system. However, the advanced version would
Mamma mia!
definitely have a hitboxes negative. And honestly, I'm feeling like a control negative. Because there are too many times when I don't know what I've done wrong. And I'm not sure what to add to that.
Oh, mamma mia!
Now, whether we even write that down as a separate stage or not is completely variable. But, you know. It's funny. So, Savacom, I am doing this stage without any benefits, with wrong controls, with wrong hitboxes. No, that death right there was, I thought I had died, so I gave up. And then I kind of reflexively hit jump. And because I wasn't planning the jump, it was the wrong jump.
Oh, mamma mia!
I hope you enjoyed the pho, Talia said. No, yeah, like, it's... I suppose you could say the controls aren't wrong, they're just different. But perhaps that's the problem, is they're just different. I wonder if someone who's, like, familiar with this version, and only this version, would be like, what are you talking about? Controls are fine, because this is the version they got used to, right? This is the one they know?
Mamma mia! Mexico!
My favorite part about all this is that I keep making this jump, finally. Almost due to luck each time. Like, I don't feel like I deserve credit for making this stupid jump. And then, like, I die to anything.
Mamma mia!
Because, you know,
Mexico!
shrug.
Oh, mamma mia! Mexico!
You know what? I've proven that I can do this jump. Like, I'm sorry. I have done that jump multiple times. Can we get on with it, please?
Oh.
God damn it! Why? Why do you keep doing that, game?
Let's go.
It's hard to... I can't even put it into words. It's like, oh, okay, I just have to pull back a little bit. The game's like, no. If I had to point to a specific thing that I think is causing these issues, I would say it's the momentum.
Oh. Mamma mia.
And unfortunately, I'm not sure like how better to describe that. My momentum feels wrong, so I'm running at a certain amount of speed, and I take a jump, and my mind says I should land here, and then I don't. And unfortunately, in a game like this, that's extremely important. Knowing where you're going to land, because this is a platformer. So as I said, I have proven I can make that stupid jump.
Oh.
What I cannot do is jump over those fireballs.
Let's go.
So anyways, I'm going to mute myself so I can have some music.
Oh. Mamma mia. Let's go. Oh. Mamma mia. Let's go. Oh. Mamma mia. Let's go.
Hey Savacom, I beat 8-2 while small. Now, I need to know something. Like, I need to. So, that's not a brag. That's a flex. Yeah, no, you know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. It's going to take me a minute to get back there. So you'll have to give me a second here. Just going top. Ah, screw it there. Do I have any... I have one whistle. Hang on. If I blow the whistle here, can I get to World 8? Nope. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's actually faster to start from the beginning. Actually, I have not. Sure, we could do that. Like, while I'm just going through the stages. So we'll do Mechanicus last. Because OBS. Oh yeah, I just realized my sound is wrong. Hang on, so it's going to get a lot louder for a second, but just bear with me for a moment. Because it should be done on this end. That's a little bit too quiet. There we go. You're so young, Giga Pudding. And you're married. Oh god, you're making me feel old. I'm so old. I decrepify before your very eyes. Alright, okay. So, let's do this one first. By the way, happy birthday, Eternus. Also young, oh my god, I'm surrounded by young people. Fun fact, did you know that you can go behind any white block? There's no benefit to it, you can just do it. Oh, sorry, no new stream animations are being added ever. Okay, cool. There, got that out manually. Gonna grab a life because we're gonna be skipping all the lives in this particular run. Did she seriously miss it because she was posting pics of the power room? So. For realsies, yes. We are no longer accepting Streamination editions for the time being. Streamination's page is too big, and we're not even at the point where I would consider acceptable to go back to doing Streaminations yet, so the queue is just kind of slowly getting bigger. So that's all on pause. You know, I just had another random thought that may or may not be affecting my playthrough. The physical size, as in the literal physical size of what I'm looking at for the GBA, is about this big. And the SNES is closer to this. And that may be having an impact as well. I'm not sure. Like, there's so many variables here that I'm not sure what to point to. There's obviously something up, right? It is a repeatable thing that I can point to, tangible evidence, and say, yeah, here. Do I have to stream Kerbal Space Program there? Because I suck at that game. I also don't find it particularly interesting. But okay. Oh, I'm going to, Yura. I'm actually going to do a side-by-side, a Chimera thing. Well, it was more like the fact that the camera was zoomed in, regardless of size. But yes, that is something I said. In my evil, evil ways. Yeah, I don't think Morrowind music works for this game. It's okay, it's not the first time. Rick and Morty is absolutely vetoed. I would rather drink bleach than watch Rick and Morty again. Okay, so, yeah, obviously Morrowind music doesn't work. I think we can judge that right now. Let's do another quick one that will also probably not work. Let's grab a power-up while we're here. No reason. Yes, Mr. Red. Sorry, Giga Pudding. Yeah, if there was a show that's black licorice, it's Rick and Morty. Something like Avatar is just coffee, but that... Alright, so World 8. We still have to go through these stages. We have very few lives and no power-ups to back us, but we're here. Yeah, I don't think this works. Hang on. So this doesn't work at all. This doesn't work. Sorry, Giga Pudding. I know everyone loves Avatar, and it's the best show in the history of the ever. I know, Yura. It's so, like... I have one last theory. I think the GBA just can't render without stutters. Micro stutters, but stutters nonetheless. And I think that's throwing off my eyes. Because something I can't really I guess I can describe it to you. Something that's variant here is that occasionally I will lose track of where Mario is in the GBA version. And obviously that's a bad thing. I don't really feel that way in the SNES version. Now again, that could be because of the size, it could be because of the rendering, that could be because of the SNES version, it could be the GBA version, whatever. But there are moments where I just kind of lose where I'm at, and that's obviously not great. So now, obviously, now that we're in World 8... No, points are completely pointless. Get it? By the way, Giga Pudding, you've got about 2 or 3 months to get ready for the Dawn Trail, or excuse me, the Endwalker stream, the Pathfinder stream. Are you ready to go on that? It's a good question, X-Wildcard, but give me a second to really think about that. You're good. You're good. I've got to level every class to 90. Oh, I will tell you. Let me finish this stage. Mechanicus is kind of working for World 8. I don't know. What do y'all think? Also, can I just say, really quick aside, I love the sound of that word. Mechanicus. off topic. Just sounds cool. Yeah, I'll probably try to get some leveling in during the medium dark as a way of chilling. Like I said, I need to take some actual time to recover during the medium dark, too. I know, Thor! So, as you can see, I hate to curse myself, but I'm absolutely destroying these stages so far. At least that's how it feels to me. 1, 2, or 3? Yes, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. I might go for all 3 just to get the leaves. Okay, so that's 1 so far. This one's the hard one. But... ah, damn it. Almost. Oh, well, that's okay. I should have let you live. What would I do with Mechanicus 2? So I would reduce the focus on, the game is too padded. And I would probably try to... reduce that via some method or another. Like, I got really bored of Mechanicus by the end, and that shouldn't be a thing I should be getting in a game that's that high quality. Right? I mean, obviously doing another biome in general is probably a good idea, because it was set in a frickin' Necron tomb. Well, the biggest problem with Mechanicus itself is that it was focusing so much on the board game layer, and I just got tired of it. It's like, no, I just want to get on with it. Oh, there's a thought. It's... the list is pinned, Act. I keep the list up to date, and it's pinned. I have done both things you've requested of me. I don't know what more do you want from me. What do you want from me, Act? This is what it's going to feel like when I'm in charge of the world. Hey, could you fix the environment? But I did. Yeah, but could you fix it? I did. It's just, you're just giving me my practice. Okay, so, this actually might suck. This actually might suck. Hang on. I'm going to pay attention here. Wait! No. Yeah, and then I cast down the light of judgment on them. All right, hang on, I gotta find the song, because it's not on the list for some stupid reason. There's another song on the list, but that's not the one we want to listen to right now. There it is. Okay. Yeah, that was like 3 physics-y things in a row that screwed me up there. We recovered, but ooh. God, my mouse cursor's distracting. There we go. Ah! Okay, hang on. Okay, take two. Starting fresh. Less power-ups. Perfect. If I get hit at any point, it's all over. Like that. I also don't have that many lives to go through, so I should be using save states. I also do not have a P-Wing. I have a leaf I could use. I should have 3 leaves. Mid-mission checkpoint. Total counts. Damn it! He was supposed to throw high and he didn't, so I'm gonna actually reload state because like I said, I'm running out of lives. He didn't throw high. He threw low. And that was the end of that. This is not the Cyberpunk OST. This is Doom. Doom Eternal, to be very specific. You didn't even see it, Savacom. I beat 8-2 while small. You didn't even see it. On the worst version of the game. I shouldn't say it that way. Probably going to score better than the other versions. It is not Cyberpunk. Might be the same composer. That's true. I can tell exactly what happened in the SNES version when I die. That's interesting. Well, I expect you to watch it on the VOD. You don't have to actually watch. I did it. There's video evidence. Whatever. Hard mode completed. He threw low again. Catch that? Snot. Oh, come on! Okay, okay. Since this is not the point of this, I'm just gonna go ahead and cheat through this. So, he popped his head up probably about 2 frames before I landed on him. In fact, he hadn't even rendered yet, if you were paying attention. And as a direct consequence, I bounced off of him, which completely changed my jump angle. And that was death. That was it. In a game like this, that small of a change is all it needs. This is the hardest stage in the game. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is the stage most people save P-Wings for. Well, most people I know, I should say. I mean, honestly, let's be real. We tend to save P-Wings for World 8 in general. Or I could just do it. Sure, I was prepared to save state. Whatever. Alright, so hang on. So that's Doom music. Someone requested Metroid. Supporting cast, like the whole, like, the entirety of every NPC in the game? I could kind of see that. Yeah. I don't think I would say supporting cast. I think I would just say best cast. And just capture everything, right? That's it. That's how I think I'll do that. Okay, so I was requested I do Metroid. I don't know what Metroid song to use. Sure. I don't really have much Dread music. I mean, I can do frame perfect timing. I'm actually pretty good at it in general. I speedrun Mega Man and Metroid, of course I can. It's one of the reasons this whole escapade of the last few days has been so frustrating. Yeah, there's no escaping that. Alright, whatever. I got greedy, and I lost everything, as per usual. Unfortunately, that's not how that usually works in real life. Could you imagine? Company gets greedy, bam, and the company just folds. No, I'm not sure what I would call my favorite Nintendo property. Oh yeah, I need to reload because I am very low on lives.
The galaxy is at peace.
I don't remember 3-2 off the top of my head. Don't know why I didn't commit to that. I had that. Lack of faith. Ain't that always the way? I don't even know what that is, Roman Cure. I didn't even think about that quote. Thanks, Dakota. I find my lack of faith disturbing. Oh, I almost pulled that. Okay, so anyways, fine. So, like I said, we're just gonna go. Hey, look, a mid-mission checkpoint. It's funny how the level's just instantly better by that inclusion. Isn't that weird? Okay, so, save states, all kinds of save states. Let's do this. I just realized I'm not small. Hang on. In the interest of fairness, let's go die. Let's go die really quick. It's taking too long to die. There we go. Okay, okay. This is it. On the space station. Death is in all directions. Literally, because we're in space, so like space is just kind of death to us, you know, so. They changed the specific plans. Did you see that? Oh. So I put the controller down there, so that's kind of my fault. But did you notice that I just did that in one try? While small. Like, you caught that, right? Okay, so didn't quite manage it the second time, but yeah, no, that just plays way better. That just plays way better. It's funny you say that, Euro, because guess what the most recommended GBA emulator is? I even double checked. Whatever. Not much else I can do about that, really. So I don't use RetroArch, so I'm not sure what the other one is. Utility or tool? I think we already have utility or tool. We have weapon, so I'll lump that in. So best. Where is it? I have no idea, Triaxia. There. Just updating it as I go. Oh yeah, that'd be great. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a risk of rain. Whatever that is. Alright, so. Let's unmute that. What's the... What is today? That's what I thought. I am glad that you love that song, Melkor Blade. I probably would like it if it played a little bit less, because it haunts my dreams. Alright. So. I mean, I've talked about this before. If you're going to have a standard battle song, it better be a banger. And you better not be tired of the first 10 seconds of it. Because that's what you're going to hear a lot of. You know, you're going to hear a lot of... Yeah, don't do this, in other words. Which FF Combat standard battle music is my favorite? That's a tough one. I would say it's a tie between two. That is to say, two songs, not FF2s. Either... I'd only do that on the internal ones, not the external ones, but I could do that for the internal. That would be a little redundant. I don't know. Ask in the channel. See what other people think of it. Oh yeah, 13s is really good too, actually. I forgot about 13s. So 13s is... That was 13. Don't do a ping. Just ask in the channel. We generally try to avoid pings unless it's an actual server-wide announcement because pings don't work correctly. But thank you for asking first. Interesting, Roman Cure. Apparently there's a risk of rain too. Doesn't look familiar, so I don't think I've even seen this game. The other one, of course, that I was considering for my favorite battle song would be... Favorite overall? You know my favorite overall. Second favorite overall. The thing is, I like pretty much every FF overworld. Like, I like the battle music where it's take or miss. Like, all the overworld songs are awesome. Like, just random example. Like, seriously, all the FF overworlds are great. I don't know what to add to that. Like, even just, for example, something like, Be around MLP Berman. FF2, by the way. Pixel Remaster. Okay, so. We're at 3 positives to story. 26 pluses to gameplay. No. I'm just getting things up to date. And 7 negatives to gameplay. I'm gonna have to go back and adjust the original score slightly. But for now, let's just go beat the damn game, shall we? Do you notice a little bit of visual storytelling here, by the way? So we get to World 8. And in World 8, you've got all the military right up front, the invasion force ready to leave, mobilized and armed and all that fun stuff. Then you go a little bit further and you find the land, you know, the actual normal stages, of which there are only the 2. And then behind the lands you have the fortresses. And, like, that just tracks, doesn't it? That's an invasion. That's you invading the Koopa lands. You go through their armies first, then you go through the outer territories, and then you go into the actual fortified places. Oh, I should grab a save just in case. We haven't actually cheated yet, nor do I have any plans to, but, you know, hardware issues and all that. Oh yeah, I was going to test something. Just for fun. This is going to screw with everything, but screw it. Ah! Oh god. Okay, real talk. Does anybody like this particular mode of visuals? No, you know, no judgment. But does anybody actually like the crayon look? I know some people actually adhere to this pretty religiously. I am not one of those people, for the record. Let's try to get rid of that. Oh my god! Wait, I think that's right. There we go. Yeah, I call it the crayon look because it makes the whole game look like a melted crayon. It curves all of the pixels, so each of the pixels is like a round square rather than a sharp square. Not a fan. Like this. You see this? This should be the most obvious. Not a big fan. Anyways, back into it.
Just what I needed.
Like, I'm not here to judge people's aesthetic sense, and Lord knows I have a weird one too, but it just strikes me as kind of a weird one. That's all. I became small, which I did not mean to do. So this stage is honestly one of the bigger reasons why this world is getting a plus to gameplay. Because there's a lot of stages in World 8 which are kind of, This one's fun, in my opinion. I screwed up. But I made it work anyways, because I'm awesome. Yeah, you're supposed to do this. But whatever. It's kind of the same thing as the small, huge thing from earlier.
what I needed.
There's 2 layers to the dungeon, and you kind of go back and forth between them as you progress. So, as usual for this kind of thing, there's a bunch of different routes you can take. And different methods to progress, but there's only one exit. And I actually have a story about this stage. There's a specific part of the stage where you have to go through a secret door. If you go through the obvious door, you don't progress. I noticed this and tried to inform the adult who was playing the game about this and was immediately told to suck a lemon. Because no kid is going to tell me what to do on this stage, kid. Why don't you go play your games? And he was really pissy about it. I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten how vindicated I felt when he finally found it. And obviously he didn't give me any credit for it, of course. But he found it and I was like, yep, nope, that's exactly what I thought it was. No, it was... sorry. So back in the day, there was this thing where you would go to like an after-school caretaking kind of a place to, you know, just kind of be there under adult supervision while you waited for your adults to get, your parents or your guardian or whatever, to get off of work. Ah! God damn it. Same exact spot. And so I was just hanging out there, and they happened to have some arcades and an NES hooked up. And so one of the caretakers was playing the NES rather than watching the kids, of course. And so several of us were gathered around watching him play Mario 3. And again, being a dick about it. I actually went to a lot of those as a kid. Because my mother worked full-time, so... And, of course, only parent. And I couldn't possibly be trusted to be at home on my own.
Oh, Mamma Mia!
Still having control issues. What's funny is I don't usually think of this as a hard stage, but I just keep dying to the exact same pit of lava, so clearly I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's a good thing we got 100-something lives, isn't it? Not like it really matters in this version, but still. Let's see. Similar incidents to that one. When I was younger, I think I've actually told this story before. I found the first whistle, that is to say the second whistle. I can't wait to be done with this game. This is just, you know, remember we talked about deal breakers? This game, I'm never playing the advanced version of this game again. This is a deal breaker. This is so frustrating. I found the whistle on my own. The reason I'm bringing this story up isn't because of that. You know, hey, you suck, whatever. No, I'm actually bringing it up because none of my friends believed me. None of my friends believed me that I found that stupid whistle on my own. Everybody thought I got it from the movie, because the movie explicitly shows you where to find it, right? Which is an interesting bit of marketing, I might add. So they're all like, ah, you didn't find that on your own. You're dumb, don't lie. And I'm like, but I'm not lying. What game? The game we're playing right now, Act. I mean, I'm sure they thought I was just bragging, because they're kids, and that's how that works. Okay. I wasn't actually expecting that block to break. That's my fault. So this is the spot. The adult was like, aha! And I was like, go through this door. He was like, no, you're a dumb kid. And I'm a rotten adult. And now to die. And have to do the whole stage all over again.
Oh,
Told you.
mamma mia!
I have no idea, actually.
Let's go!
It's the final hit, too. That's the best part. Yeah, I'm extraordinarily ready to be done with this game. This is so frustrating playing this version of the game. Whether it's the emulator, or the ROM, or the game, or the universe. I have no idea, and it's cosmic radiation, is what it is, clearly. Whatever it is, oh god, I'm so sick of it. No, actually, even as a kid, the rotten adult stories used to piss me off. It's like, that's just... I can tell you the exact story I first noticed it in. It was Inspector Gadget. And I noticed that Penny was always the one who solved the mysteries, and Gadget was always the incompetent one. And it was the first time I noticed the rotten adult concept, and I was just like, wow, that's dumb. And fun fact, I have never liked the rotten adults concept, even to this very day. The rotten kids. Well, that's just Sonic at that point. 3 stages to the end. We're almost done. Got one last gauntlet. Oh, sorry, 2 stages to the end. My bad. My bad.
Oh, mamma mia!
Two lives left. Ah!
Let's go!
I've heard it argued that Pokey is a deconstruction of the typical JRPG main character, you know? I mean, Ness is a child, right? And if a child can become a big, you know, world-altering protagonist, why can't a child become a big world-altering villain, right? You want to hear something really funny, Eternus? I got one last story for you. One last story. It's kind of an embarrassing one, though, so you gotta bear with me here. I found the engineering of the airships and the tanks fascinating as a kid. Like, just legitimately. I was like, oh, this is so cool. But it makes no sense. Final boom boom. That, okay. So, what I used to do is I used to sketch out my own versions of the airships. But, like, I would think about, okay, where the cannons would get their ammo from, where the people who would be, firing them would be. Basically, I would try to design them in a way that's more realistic, because even as a freaking child, I was still thinking like that. That's not the embarrassing part. My beloved mother was so against video games at this point in my life that I had to actually go and say, hey, I'm going to go into my room. Please don't come in. And when I went to do that. Well, one time she came in. Found all those horribly violent images and was so livid at me. She was so angry at me. She actually took all of them and destroyed them. Burnt them. She knew. Even before my YouTube comments knew. She knew I was literally Hitler. Oh, I'd go to visit Dad like once a year usually. He's worse. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the guessing game. Actually, no, I'm not. Go ahead and get your guesses in. Here's the deal. Let me do something really quick. Really weird here, really quick. That's so violent! Oh my god, Eternus. Are you okay? When I was younger, my mother used to insist I was destined for great things. I had to be. It would make everything worthwhile, right? It would make her life and her putting up with Dad all worthwhile if I would go on to be great things. So there's a lot of that going on, right? Expectation or pressure, whatever you want to call that. I cannot tell you in words how disappointed my mother is in my chosen career. As recently as about 3 months ago, she was ragging on me for not going down into politics because I started going to school for that, as I think I've mentioned a few times. You know, honestly, that wouldn't surprise me if she was Dakota, but by the same token, she's richer than I am. Because she comes from money. Oh, social dividends. Okay, that's different. That's different. That she might have expected. My mother's side of the family has always been rather politically connected. I mean, I've told you before, I've met Bill Clinton in person. There's a reason for that. And no, that, yeah, you can guess which side most of my biological family tends to be at. To say that as neutrally as possible. Yes, I was the one who shot JFK. It was me. Yeah, my mother's just like, you could have conquered the world by now, but no, you wanted to go play video games. What a waste. Sorry, just... Yeah, okay, so... There we go. Okay, okay. That's true, I have lost, objectively, Savacom. You are correct. I immediately shoot myself. You know, I suppose I could do this after I beat the last stage. I'll go and beat the last stage first. Feel free to keep getting your guesses in. I'm not going to shut it off. How many attempts do you think this is going to take? This is not an easy stage. That shouldn't have happened. If I ever needed proof that this game is wrong, the fact that that hit me is that proof. If you're running full tilt, those lasers do not hit you. What in the crap was that nonsense?
Make the goal.
Okay. Sure. Whatever. Not gonna do the trick. It's okay, we can refill our lives here. The fact that it didn't do it the second time, more than anything, I think that proves something that I've been theorizing about this whole time. That either the emulator or the GBA itself is just inconsistent with something about how it's calculating everything, like the engine of the game, right? Like, that should never hit you. Gotta have the Bowser portraits. Very important. So in the GBA version, Bowser's actually harder. Why didn't you jump? No and no, respectively, Act.
Make the goal.
Much as I love to throw up the cheat flag on the last stage of the game, I'm about ready to do that just to get on with those. I mean, IT's fine, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, her boy was destined for something special. Anybody can be an IT engineer. It's okay. I kind of wanted that anyways.
Just what I needed.
Yeah, it's not going for it.
Oh, mamma mia!
We got this. I doubt she believes me or cares. Honestly, Spartan. Ah! Yeah, I figured there was no way we'd get past that. No, it's a well-designed level. I'm just running into GBA issues. At this point, I'm comfortable with the fact that it's the GBA, because I think I've done a lot of due diligence on proving that it's this version of the game. It's such a shame. The quality of life changes on this version are kind of better, like, across the board, you know? Like, it's a little crazy how much improved the game is by having a proper save feature and having a proper post-game. But no. Instead, I get this.
Mamma mia!
It's okay.
Let's go!
Mario World is next, by the way. Hasn't repeated itself. This is another pseudo maze, by the way. There's multiple ways through this particular level. Can't kill the waffles. Interesting. Yeah, so Savicom challenged me to do 8-2 while small. So I did. And I did it on this version of the game. Everything that implies.
Ooh, just what I needed.
Oh, absolutely, Eternus. Not counting the early 2D stuff, which we're still in, I feel like adding. Okay? I don't even know what happened there. I mean, I know what happened. I jumped early. Somehow. Final boss time. So this is actually harder in this version, because in the original version, he has no hurt box on his lower half, so you can just stand on him if you're small and not get hit. Here you can't do that. Okay, did you see where he hit me there? You saw that, right? Like, you saw where he hit me? When he was about a foot away from me?
Oh, mamma mia!
So, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. Yeah, that's what I thought. You see those hurt boxes? Hang on. Really, really watch where he's hitting me. Okay, that makes sense. What the hell? Did they screw something up when they added the extra hurt boxes on him? I mean, given how this whole gameplay has been going, maybe they really did.
Oh, mamma mia!
Whatever. Anyways, so, freaking out of power-ups. I'll use a Juggum's Cloud. Like, the initial hit, which is the one nobody was paying attention to, is the one that I call bullcrap on. correct time this time. Jesus. This allows you to do this, which not only makes you invincible while you're doing it, but also can destroy things under it that it wouldn't otherwise normally be able to do so. Like, you could do that on Thwomp and kill the Thwomp, for example. So anyways, here's Bowser again. No and no, respectively, actually. It's okay, I have a real family. I understand how fortunate I am to have a real family. So that's not really, like, being facetious, you know? Time. Yeah, so it actually always defaults you to Big Mario whenever you beat the game. I always find that funny. Hey, Peach. Peach is like, oh my god, you're here! Where's my one true love, Luigi? What? Big size, Yura. Thank you, Fife, very, very much. I will put that towards Wildcata, Kingdom Hearts, and Yakuza 0. Thank you. So I've said this before. This is probably the second video game ending I ever liked. Like, where it actually was interesting enough to me to enjoy and bother with. It's really simple. It's just also really satisfying. And it reminds me of, ironically, the Mario 64 ending. No, Trihex, yeah. He's got better control than that. Oh, by the way, the first ending I remember liking, Mega Man 2. Even more basic than this, but still. So, I've always kind of liked this. It's completely unnecessary, but it adds a little bit of extra visual continuity to the world. You know, so there's Grass World, there's the Desert World, there's the Water World, which leads over to the island, the big island, which leads up to the sky, and then we go north to the Frostlands, and then World 7's in the middle because of course it is. Remember, it connects to everywhere. It's the Pipe World, and then Bowser's Kingdom is over there in the Darklands. Just nice little thing. And now we could go replay everyone's favorite stage. Ironically, the Mushroom Kingdom is not represented here. Behold, everyone's favorite stage. Yeah! Best stage in the game. Ah, we're dead. Okay, anyway, so. Let's watch that again, shall we? Instant replay.
Mamma mia!
How many of you even knew that was a feature in this? Should be, no. No. Ah, there we go.
Let's go!
What?
Let's go!
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're like stun locked. Okay, okay, we have to complete it.
Let's go!
Oh my god! Oh my god, I've never seen this happen before.
Lucky!
It was this one, I think? I'm not good at memory games, to be honest with you. Okay.
Let's go!
Uh.
Let's go!
We are actually soft locked. Wait. Okay, that broke it. That broke it. Jesus! I thought that was actually going to be a situation where the only way I can escape it is by turning off the console. Just, wow.
Let's go!
I remember this stage because this is about when I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, mamma mia!
And that's why. That's actually why. I never made it past, like, the first friggin' thing. And I lost my frog suit, so it was just like, oh, whatever. Thank you, Wraith.
Let's go!
Always appreciate. I will jot that down for dealer's choice in just a minute. So the catch is you have to go immediately. Going immediately is what guarantees you. If you're at the front of the screen on these, you're probably doing a lot better.
I needed.
I mean, no, Yura, but I'm also not against it. It's just, it's whatever, right? It exists. So everyone remember this particular stage for this thing right here. This is pretty much why you use the frog suit, is for this section.
Just what I needed.
Once again, if you wait, you're probably dead there. And again. You know, I don't actually know, Cyric. 100%. Oh, hey, it's my mother. So yeah, 100%. Yay, we did it. Yeah, I saw that too, and I don't think I care enough. I don't think anybody cares enough. +2 plus 24. +2 plus 24. +2 plus 24. +2 plus 20. Listen, Luigi's just trying to get the obstacle out of the way. That's all. There's nothing wrong with that. 24 divided by 26. Go. Alright. The original score for Super Mario Bros., the NES version, is 62.71, okay? Now let's go ahead and look at the new version. So here's the deal. Now that you know exactly what Mario Bros. 3 original scored, which is 62 point whatever I just said, I'm sure you listened, and I'm sure you weren't just completely mentally blanking me out. This is a good chance to go and adjust your golden number score. Where do you think it's going to go? Up, down, in between? Now you got to do it on the sheet. If you don't do it on the sheet, it doesn't count. Technically, you can, Yura. I would rather you not. If you start doing that, we might have to get rid of the guessing game entirely. I'd rather not do that. The guessing game sheet is pretty much entirely on the honor system. It's just supposed to be fun, right? So if you screw things up, well, then you screw things up for everybody. That's how that works. We have to punish everybody. No, I just ban Yura. It's what I do. I just ban Yura and be like, alright, back to being cool. I actually don't believe in the concept of punishing everyone for the actions of one. I don't really think that works all that well. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. I know too many people who actively believe in mass punishment to say that it's never done intentionally, Savicom. Obviously, there are some cases where it is not done intentionally, duh. But, like I said, I know people who are like, ah! Teachers and military personnel both come to mind immediately. Not a fan. So what you're saying, Savicom, is you secretly hate me. That's why you made me do that thing earlier. I knew it. That's +5? Jesus, I can't read. Don't mind me, I'm just copy-pasting 41 times. I need to, like, figure out a way to do that off camera at some point. Okay. Yeah, that tracks. So, let's start with the obvious. If I can find it. There we go. Super Mario Brothers 1 is on this list somewhere. There it is. Scored a negative 1.55. Lost Levels scored a negative 15.74. Mario Brothers Advance, aka Mario Brothers 2 GBA version, scored a 3.91. So, like, you know, that's an arc. That's something. Original Mario 3 took 4 hours. This one took 7, almost entirely due to the extra deaths. Mario 3 got 2 pluses to story, and Mario this one got 5. Mario 3 got 22 pluses to gameplay, and this one got 19. Hang on, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, one sec. Double check something really quick. Okay, that is wrong. I'm sorry. One moment. Sorry. I'm falling behind here. Just gonna say. damn it. I gotta recalculate. God damn it! Keep rolling those drums. Keep them rolling. Okay. 24 divided by 27. Okay. Okay. Ahem. So, Mario 3 got 21 to gameplay. Mario Advance 4 got 19 to gameplay. That is a... Mario 3 has a higher gameplay ratio by 10%. Obviously, Mario 3 has a higher density across the board. So Mario 3's actual golden number is 59.63, because I forgot a negative. Which makes Super Mario Advance 4's golden number 50. Nine. 0.16. That is half of a point of a golden number, roughly, lower than the original. It is still lower. Some of you may notice that I gave quite a few negatives towards the end there for the fact that the game plays worse, which just ruins the whole experience. If the game played the same as the SNES version, this would be the superior version, top to bottom. The fact that it doesn't is awful, honestly. And that is really, really frustrating. In fact, just as a hypothetical here, really quick, if we were to just, if all of that crap was fixed, let's say they added the mid-mission checkpoints, and let's say that all the issues we were having were fixed, that would mean this would have scored in the 80s instead of down at 59. Which I guess isn't that big of a jump, but it certainly puts it above the original. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mario Brothers 3. I do hope you have enjoyed for what it is. We're playing Mario World next. And I was going to play the GBA version,